Sport app and websites for that one. The women tomorrow as well gets underway at 10:30, also in the One Day Cup final against Lancashire at Utilita Bowl. In the Premier League today, it finished Liverpool 2, Everton 1, Brighton 2, Tottenham 2, Burnley Nottingham Forest was 1-1, Crystal Palace winning 2-1 at West Ham. Oh dear, for Potter, doesn't look good for him at all, and not good for Vitor Pereira, despite signing a contract this week at Wolves, still without a point, losing 3-1 at home to Leeds, all the goals in the first half. Man United Chelsea's 5:30, and Fulham against Brentford is 8 o'clock. In the Championship, Birmingham 1, Swansea 0 it finished, Leicester 0, Coventry 0, QPR 1, Stoke 0, Blackburn Ipswich, with Blackburn 1-0 up, was abandoned in the second half due to a waterlogged pitch, would you believe? Derby 0, Preston 1 it finished. Norwich losing 3-2 at home to Wrexham, the second win of the season for Wrexham. And Charlton, who were averaging 1 point a game before today, have picked up 3 points at Sheffield United, still without a point. Chris Wilder's first game in his third spell. Sheffield United 0, Charlton 1. For the league table, Portsmouth 6 games, 8 points at the moment as well, 12th in the table. And then Southampton have 6 points from 6 games as well, 19th. Obviously very early to look at the table. Let's go back up to Joe Tesson though at Hull. And Joe, 6 points from 6 games. I mean, what a terrible start to the campaign, really. 1 win, 3 draws and 2 defeats.
Yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated and a bit worrying times. I'm a little bit worried after watching this, because this was really bad. It's so slow. I think the players are playing with a very high shoulders. Something is stressing them. It's not definitely not clicking. I think mentally as well. When you play it, you got to come on the pitch and want to win the football game. And it is a little bit tippy-tappy, nice. We're not brutal enough with ourselves. The players look I'm sat very high up today, but it looks like they're too nice to each other on the pitch. And but when you pass the ball around like we do in that tempo, it's going to be easy to play against us. And I think that's why Hull cleverly got away with this and truly deserved to win it, because firstly they are more passionate. They tackle, they win headers, they run in, they try 100% in what they are doing. And that's what you got to do when you play football. That's the basic, and we are not doing the basic in football, especially in this game, and that worries me. With the tactic and there's a lot of things that isn't working, and that's a bit sad to see today.
Matt says Leeds have 7 points already in the Premier League. We got 12 in total. Sunderland have done well too. We went up before them, and look at us now. Sports Republic really are a poor owner and bereft of making the right calls at the right time. Sell the club to people who know what to do. This one says, shocking performance. When I saw the lineup, I thought 3 points, but nothing from the players. Worrying. Saints fans won't put up with this much longer, says Goldie. And Joe, interestingly, on Friday, Will's still saying Rome wasn't built in a day. It also wasn't built on a load of rubble, which is what we were reduced to last season, which is interesting from Will still. But how much does that play a factor when you've got half of the side that are starting who were involved in that squad last season that did get the 12 points? You know, that losing mentality.
Yeah, I do agree because because the club has said we're going to go up, we're going to win, or we're going to be the top team in the division. That's the ambition. And when you put the kind of that ambition onto the players and the club, and the fans obviously catches up with that, I do think there is a transition period in the club, and I think we just have to accept that because we shifted a lot of players who weren't good enough for the Premier League. Some of them barely good enough in my eyes for the championship, but they were championship players, and we need to kind of give that time. I'm not in for a hunt of changing manager constantly. We can't keep doing that, but we need to invest in what makes us a better football team. And whether you play 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, the one area which we haven't invested in is a striker, and it is very clear today that Damon Downs is playing with his on a level that I don't think he's good enough for. I truly think so. He should have scored. He didn't. He did brilliantly on that situation. But the rest of the play isn't there. Because you have the example of a striker for Hull, that McBurney, who is what we need. Again, Bishop against Portsmouth. We see it over and over again, and that's the frustration. And we haven't got that. I don't know whether that formation suits. I think we look very slow in midfield as well. We don't shift the ball quick enough. Today, losing the battles that we did in the back as well. That is also a worrying sign, because I thought maybe after Portsmouth we got one thing right. That was to keep a clean sheet and be kind of solid and throwing ourselves in the way of chances that Portsmouth have. Today we lose that first challenge on the header between two Southampton players, and then they score from that after a really poor interception by Basunu. And then we lose the challenge on the back post on the counter-attack. Howard Bellis, McBurney done him on there and heads the ball in. So we are losing those things, and then we're not creating, or we're not getting headers on the goal. We probably had just one shot that it was dangerous, and that was Jack Stevens, who made a decision to shoot and took a deflection and went to a corner. So a lot of things to think about, and a lot of things that are going to finesse us. He is a good football player, but totally out of it, totally in no man's land, can't impact the game, can't get his instincts right, can't pass the ball, like he's losing his confidence for every game he plays. But you can see that there's a good football player there. Tom Fellows is another good football player. Still, there's so many things that isn't gelling. And I might think it has a little bit to do to the most important player in the football team in my eyes, and that's down to the striker. And I don't think we have that quality striker that can make us a better football team.
Okay, Joe, we'll come back again with you soon. Southampton losing 3-1 at Hull City in the Championship. Here at Fratton Park, Portsmouth 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2. We'll hear from Will Steele, John Messino and players from both camps very soon as well. Guy Whittingham is here, though. Portsmouth losing to Sheffield Wednesday. Guy, a lot getting in touch saying Leroux was the only real positive today. Is that something that you agree with?
Yeah, I thought he came on and did well. He looks like a player that